Good morning and welcome to the Fresno State CNI 149 video project. Today our group, consisting of Anaya, Lizette, Cherres, Angelica, Diaz, Levi, Dougherty, Beatriz, Lopez, and LoProto, will take a look at the new platforms for today's educators in this new millennium. Today's topic is the guided discovery model. What is a guided discovery model? Well, basically it's a lesson plan model that will include planning, implementing, assessment, and motivation. Its main purpose is to maintain students' focus. It is a better way to guide students on a specific topic, since the teacher supplies and prepares the students with specific examples. Planning is the first stage, and teachers must choose a topic. They must consider California content standards, current textbooks, and curriculum guides. They must also specify the objectives, generalizations, framework for the lessons, and the understandings of the students that they should have in respect to the topic. Thirdly, the teacher will need to present examples and non-examples. This is very important for closely related topics using real-world examples. Let's talk about implementing for a minute. The teacher tries to gain students' attention and the focus of the lesson, beginning with the opening phase, which is intended to promote student involvement and ensure initial student success. The convergent phase will guide student responses to the specific learning objective. With closure and the application phase, students can verbally state the characteristics of the concept. Assessment is always tough, but in the guide discovery model, assessment does not drive the curriculum, but it can play a key role in measuring student learning. Informal assessment can be used throughout a lesson in order to see what students are learning and what areas of the lesson need more attention. Formative assessments can be used at the end of a lesson to recap what the students have covered and allow each student to demonstrate what they have learned. Motivation is key. The guided discovery model stimulates intrinsic motivation. What is intrinsic motivation? Well, it's the behavior that is perpetuated by internal rewards. In other words, the motivation to engage in a behavior arises from within the student because it is internally rewarding. Students can become motivated by different activities and experiences that make them curious or present a challenge. In order for a student to become motivated and stay motivated, the teacher must present challenging and creative activities as a component to their lesson plans. In conclusion, we know that the guided discovery model will first begin with the teacher planning a lesson, choosing a suitable topic. Next, and very important, the teachers need to be cognizant of the learning objective. For a music teacher, for example, is he teaching Beethoven or is it roll over Beethoven? One of the final important steps is the example and non-example category. The examples conveyed to the students must be concrete, good models, pictures or role play, and need to be differentiated between the non-examples that are conveyed to the students. Because as the students learn to differentiate between examples and non-examples, they utilize critical thinking skills as they become involved. They also learn how to respond to open-ended questions instead of closed-ended questions, the Socratic teaching method, if you will. Always, state standards must be considered. For music teachers, for example, California 3.0 states that the historical and cultural context demands the understanding that historical contributions and cultural dimensions of music have made to society. On the left, you will see the famous trumpeter Louis Armstrong playing in front of the Great Sphinx in Egypt. Also, California 2.0 standard creates that creative expression mandates that creating, performing, and participating in music will allow students to apply vocal and instrumental musical skills in performing a varied repertoire of music. Here you see one of the local high school jazz bands, orchestras. And when we talk about examples or non-examples, if we're teaching Beethoven, we want to make sure that just because someone is playing a piano, it is not classical music. Even though it may be good music to some, the non-example should stand out to the student. We hope you enjoyed our presentation today.